listening to Hotep. You're listening to Hotepish with your host, Dwwann B. Intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
Y'all come on in the chat room. We about to have some fun today. White America is on fire and I am loving this shit. God damn it. We about to have fun up in this motherfucker. In the meantime, you see the new t-shirts I got. I was gonna put these up. I announced I was gonna put these shirts up for sale tomorrow, but after waking up to today's glorious news, I couldn't wait. Martin Luther King told us what the deal is. And ain't that motherfucker right? This shit is fun. This is fun. Come on in the chat room. No, I will not be on camera. I'm drinking. Today, and I had to wake up and bust open a bottle of wine. My wife in the other room, she drinking on some wine. Yeah, we gonna get started in 1 second. Like this video, share this video. Please share the video because we about to talk about all this shit going on. Y'all know I'm gonna bring you some historical context and all that shit. But like the video, we about to have fun. Turn up, motherfucker. Thank y'all for joining the chat room. Thank y'all. Hey man, this shit is fun. Oh, I'm gonna turn the music on. Oh shit. Yeah, we expect it. What's up, Harold Hamilton? What's up, Lady Hotep? What's up, Lawrence Reed? Yeah, Duncan is a fool for this track. Duncan did his thing with that track. Duncan did his motherfucking thing. Yeah. Hey, one punchline says, Georgia looking blue, bring on decriminalized weed. Hey, man, I'm telling you now. Hey, Matthew Marr, I'm drinking red wine right now. I'm drinking something from one of my favorite wineries up the Central Coast here in California, Cambria Winery. They have a brand called Clone 4 that they put in. Actually, this is done in a steel barrel. Usually I like my wine done in an oak barrel, but these clones at Cambria Winery, they steel barrel wines is the shit. My favorite is their Element. That used to be the Clone 115. Now it's called Element. But yeah, they steel barrel wines. That's what I'm drinking on right now. Red wine, Clone 4. It's a Pinot. But one punchline, watch out for that decriminalized weed, man. California was better off before they made that shit legal out here. Decriminalized is where you want it. You don't want it to get legalized, because when it became legalized here in California, they started taxing like a motherfucker on it, And they came up with all these little loophole laws to still make criminals out of only black people who smoke weed. Specifically young black males. So look at what's going on in Colorado. Look what's going on here in California with the arrest of black people, specifically around weed. And look real close at your newly turned blue states when they want to legalize weed, because I promise you, they will put in trap doors to those decriminalized / legal weed laws. So pay attention, people, pay attention. My warning as a Californian. Hell yeah. P. Ross says when black people, yeah, we gonna get into that. You know, when black people protest, they like to, sit around and pussyfoot and bring in the whole goddamn military. When white folks protest, hey. But it is what it is. Let's get into it. Let's start cooking. Because I got a whole bunch of images I want to put up tonight. We're going to go through this motherfucker image by image. Talk about what's going on here in America, KKK. As you see here on the screen, it's been all kind of crazy shit going on in Washington, D.C. today. You've seen white people turning up, turning angry, turning loose. Look at this shit. You got motherfucking white people putting their feet up on the desk. That's Nancy Pelosi's office, people. You had a dude they broke up in the Capitol, and this dude right here went right into Nancy Pelosi's office and put his feet up on her desk, basically saying, yeah, bitch. I'm telling y'all, black people, white folks know how to turn up. This one thing we got to realize as black people. Look, the term vandalism, let's have a little education right now. The term vandalism comes from a nomadic tribe, a troublesome tribe of the Caucasus Mountains, Europe, called the Vandals. You know, the Vandals were around in the Roman Empire. You had the Visigoths that sacked Spain. You had the Franks, which became the French. You had the Anglos and the Saxons, which became your Germanic people, which became your Germans and British. You had your Huns. You had all these different nomadic tribes of Europe that all they did was go around fucking shit up. And during the time of the Holy Roman Empire, I wasn't planning on having this history breakdown this early, but I gotta do it as the Lord gives it to me. During the time of the Holy Roman Empire, the Vandals were the white people that were on the outskirts of the Roman Empire. See, when you listen to history now, they make it seem as if the white folks we see now were the ones running the Holy Roman Empire. That can't be further from the truth. The Roman Empire, just like the Greek Empire, was run by olive-skinned individuals. They were metropolitan environments. You had dark-skinned, kinky-haired people in leadership. You had white-skinned, Pau Gasol-looking motherfuckers with kinky curly hair also in leadership. It was a mixture. Where your current white people classified as white, that we call white here in America, their role in the Holy Roman Empire was on the outskirts. They were the Vandals. They were the people that Rome actually paid money to stop fucking up their shit. These motherfuckers were so bad, they were known to go to different empires and just come in, steal shit, burn shit down, tear shit up, fuck shit up. So, in order for the Romans to have a little bit of peace, Rome said, look, let's just pay these motherfuckers some money to stay on the outskirts of the empire, because if we don't pay them, they're gonna come in and fuck shit up. Well, around the year 300 AD, Rome was starting to get really weak, and they couldn't really pay these motherfuckers like they used to. But they still held them off for a little bit of time. Then the Vandals got tired of that shit and said, you know what? I'm tired of these motherfuckers. And these Vandals went into Rome and they sacked the Holy Roman Empire. The empire that, if you listen to a European tell it, was the greatest empire of all time before America, according to them. That empire was sacked by the Vandals. Where are the Vandals today? You're looking at them. These are where the Vandals are today. Here in the United States of America, K. I got a question for you people. If the Vandals sacked the Roman Empire and didn't care, the fuck make you think they ain't gonna sack this empire if they don't get what they want? These are the Vandals, people. These are the Visigoths. The Visigoths that came down into Moorish Spain. The troubadours, the Franks. Expelled the Moors in the year 1492 in Spain. That's why when you hear the term Gothic castles, the Goth, no, the Goths did not build those castles in Spain. Those was built by the Black Moors. And when Queen Isabella and Ferdinand and them troubadours and them dirty ass Goths came down and expelled the Moors in 1492, they took over those castles. That's why Spain was the first one out of Europe to conquest the seas. Well, they were second behind Portugal, which was also taken over by Vandals and Visigoths. And they were the first ones over here out of Europe to the Americas because they had all of the Moors seafaring boats. They had all of the Moors' knowledge because when they took over Spain in 1492, they also took over the University of Salamanca in Cordoba, Spain. They took over all of the different universities that the Black Moors had control of. And they got information on how to get to the Americas. And they made those Moors, Spaniard Black Moors, turn their name from Arabic names to Spanish names. And that's why when you look at the voyage of Columbus, you hear all these Spanish names. A lot of them Spanish names you hear was niggas. But it was either convert to Christianity, change your name to a Spanish name, or die. So in order to live, a lot of those Muslim Moors changed their names to Christian Spanish names, continue to live on. And brought those dirty motherfuckers here to the Americas. Showed them this land. And brought all they disease, all they bullshit, all they nonsense to the Western Hemisphere. And what we are dealing with right now, people, is those same dirty motherfuckers turning in on themselves. I'm not saying all white people are dirty. No, I'm not. Please don't mistake my words. I'm not saying that. There's a lot of dope ass white folks out there I know. But you know where the dope white people are? They sitting at home and smoking a joint and laughing at this shit too. Cause them white folks know how they cousins get down. Hell, they knew before you niggas did. Dashe Limmer, that's a misnomer. No, they do not only kill us. I understand what you're saying, but no. No. Let's not make that mistake, black people. Let's not make that mistake, because I used to make that same mistake too. You have to study European history. They don't only kill us. Black people are just the newest. Literally, hear what I'm saying. And I'm saying every word I'm saying right here, I mean it literally. Black people are just their newest enemy. This whole white folks killing, this is their story. Understand this. The longest period of peace, the European world, the Albion, that's what our Moorish, black, Arabic-speaking brothers called them, the Albion, the people of Albion. That's what's now England, Germany, that area. The people of Spain were called the Andalusians, because that place was named Al-Andalusia. The Albion, their story, their history, when there are none of us around, is a story of them killing each other, not getting along, fucking each other over, raping one another. You live up on a fucking rock in Germany where nothing grows and you can only plant shit in the ground 6 weeks out of the year. And if your crop don't come in, you starve. So if you don't starve, if you starving, what you gotta do? You gotta go and take from those who have. And so all throughout European history, if you look at it, if you notice, they never have. They always talking about Egypt. They always talking about Africa and all these other places and Mesopotamia. They don't ever tell you what was going on in Norway in the year 700. You notice that? They never tell you what was going on in what's modern day Ireland 200 BC. You notice that? They never tell you what was going on in modern day Germany in the year 1100. Why? Because during all that time, all white folks was doing was killing each other. Look up the 200 Years' War. The fight that went on between France, the Franks, and the Anglo-Saxons of England. Their history is a history of war, of killing one another, of harming one another, of hurting one another. That's their history. What happened during the Crusades? The Crusades was a series of wars that were getting the European out of Europe. The way the European tells it, they tell the Crusades as if the Crusades was sometimes they was winning all these wars. No. When the Crusades was going on, white folks was basically losing all them goddamn wars. Every time they would go and face somebody outside of Europe, they get their asses handed to them. But goddamn it, they some persistent motherfuckers, and they kept going. And they kept going. And they kept fighting. And they kept fighting. So when they came to the Americas, when they came to what's now known as the United States of America, they came amongst a peaceful people. I was planning on doing this later on because I just finished reading this book by Dr. Katt Went on the African civilizations here in America, and also the native black Americans, the black Americans who were already here on this soil before the slave trade. Pictures and all kind of shit. I got proof of all that. I'm still doing my research, so I'm gonna do a whole talk just on that, just based off of these books I'm reading. You know, I'm a speed reader. If y'all follow my Instagram, I read that whole 178-page book in about an hour and a half. Thanks, salute to my mom for introducing speed reading to me back in the 7th grade. But it's some dope ass history, some dope ass information about us here and how peaceful we were, and how a lot of the fights that we had, we was beating their asses too. Now that's nothing. They didn't just come in like gangbusters and fuck us up. No, even though we were peaceful, we still fucked them up, and we fucked them up for years. It wasn't until the year 1726 in the Yamamisi War, that was down there like Florida, Georgia, that area. We was beating the dog shit out them, and those guys in those tribes actually spoke Arabic. Writings to prove it. They was kicking these white folks' ass, and then the white folks went to the motherfucking Cherokees, offered the Cherokee Indians the goddamn weapons and shit, all kind of material shit, and the Cherokees helped them white folks come on down there in Florida and defeat them tribes and get them marched on out of there. Yeah, what we dealing with right now is Europe. Why did I bring up those wars from the natives and how the white Europeans used the Cherokee? And the same thing happened up in the Northeast. The Algonquin tribe. You know, when you look at Ben Franklin and those guys, they took the United States Constitution from the Iroquois Confederacy. That was 6 Iroquois nation states that got together and had a constitution that was created by Hiawatha in the year 1151 to come together. And that nation state lasted from 1151 until 1774. Oh, they don't tell you all that in history. The Iroquois Confederacy, the nation state of Algonquin, dark-skinned, black, Native American people, was a nation concentrated in the upper Northeast, from the Nova Scotia area down to the Ohio area, through Michigan, down to Kentucky, back over to Washington, D.C. That whole little area right there was the Iroquois Confederacy, where it was 6 tribes that got together and had a nation state that controlled and dominated this land and ruled this land peacefully from the year 1151 AD. That's why you have, if you look on the maps up in Ohio, they have an area called the Hiawatha Mountain Range. And that's where the term, we talking history here, people. We talking history, because all, like John Henry Clark says, all history is a current event. The term bury the hatchet comes from Hiawatha, when he brought the 6 nation states together and said, look, we've been fighting. We need to stop all this fighting shit and just get along. And they wrote out their constitution. And that's where in the 1770s, 1760s, Benjamin Banneker was part of that. They started inviting this thug named Ben Franklin, the motherfucker on your $100 bill, down to these meetings. And Benjamin Banneker was teaching George Washington and these white folks Masonic secrets. And Ben Franklin was coming down to these Confederacy, because the Confederacy also had a Congress and a Senate. Yeah. This all is coming back to today. I'm taking y'all niggas back in history, but we bringing this shit back to today. January 6, 2021. Because all history is a current event. They were inviting this motherfucker Ben Franklin down to this meeting. And Ben Franklin saw the Iroquois Confederacy, copied and plagiarized that shit, took it down to New York, which was the capital at the time, and said, here's our Constitution. The whole framework for a Senate and a Congress came from these dark-skinned Indian niggas that Ben Franklin came in as a friend of. And there were a lot of wars and battles between in the late 1700s, which led to 1774. And then in 1776, you have your now Declaration of Independence. But if you look back on your $2 bill, damn it, I don't have one. I told you this is going to be a different broadcast. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this now, but I'm going to do a whole different separate special broadcast on this. But if you go to your $2 bill, if you have one, pull it up, and on the back of the $2 bill, you see two black people. One is John Henson, and the other one is who? Benjamin Banneker. The man who not only designed Washington, D.C., he also designed the city of Philadelphia. He's also the man that big-ass clock in England is named after Big Ben. And when the man designed Washington, D.C., do you know he aligned that shit with the constellation Virgo? Oh yeah, black folks and white folks built this country together. Black people and white people built this country together. But they want to make it seem as if these dirty motherfuckers did all the work and we was just slaves. Oh, shouts out to my wife, came through in the clutch. She just brought me one of my $2 bills. Cool. So I'm about to take a picture of this $2 bill. Hold on, people. Hold on. I'm about to take a picture of this $2 bill. And I'm about to airdrop this shit to my computer. And I'm about to pull this shit up so y'all can see this with y'all own eyes to make sure, so that you know I ain't bullshit. Alright, here we go. That's why it's good to have a good ass wife. She listened to me and she heard me say I need a $2 bill and she brought one. Because she know where I keep them. Look at this. Thank you, wife of mine. Now look here, look closely. Look closely, people. No, Dwayne Isaacs, your mama brought me a sandwich. Your mama makes me a sandwich every Thursday at 12 p.m. She knows I get hungry. Shouts out to the chat room. No, I am not a Prince Hall Mason. I am not a Prince Hall Mason. I know a fair amount about masonry. DwannBrown belongs to 0 organizations. I am not the kind of fella to join organizations. I'm a solo bolo, regular ass nigga. I am on my own. I don't believe in no NFAC. I don't believe in no Mason. Only thing I got is Mason jars for my barbecue sauce that I'll be making. My barbecue sauce is fire. Y'all niggas don't even know. Nigga, if y'all be seeing my Instagram video of my barbecue is the shit. Yeah, so the only Mason with me is in Mason jars I put my self-made barbecue sauce in. The tangy and the spicy. But look here on the $2 bill. To the left, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. There is a black man in a white wig. That is John Henson. If you look to the right, next you see 5 men standing, right? Over the right shoulder of the 5th man, to the left of the 5 men standing in the middle next to the table, count 1, 2, 3, and there's a black guy. That black guy is said to be Benjamin Banneker. And if you read, let me see if I can pull this off. Let me move this up a little bit. If you read the bottom of the $2 bill, what meeting does it say this picture was drawn in? Read it. Most niggas only read the "In God We Trust" part because niggas is too scared to do shit on their own, so they want to say God gonna do it for them. Read below "In God We Trust." What does it say? Declaration of Independence, 1776. So they're showing you on your $2 bill at the Declaration of Independence meeting. It was niggas up in there. If niggas is only slaves, what the fuck is niggas doing at the meeting of the Declaration of Independence, people? Someone said, that's John Henson. Listen! It's 2 black people on it. I pointed out which one is John Henson. Black people. There are more than one black people who've done great things. Two black people on that. John Henson and Benjamin Banneker. So why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this to say that America has a long history. A long history. A long history of working with us and fucking us over at the same time. Why am I saying this, people? I'm saying this because one thing I want to make clear is people say, what do we need to do as black people? Black people need to sit the fuck
1981.
down. Sit down, roll up a joint, drink some wine or hard liquor, whatever you prefer. Take some shrooms if you feel like it, and watch the party. You see this white boy sitting right here? That's the same desk Mike Pence was sitting at. That's the same desk that they be sitting at when they had the debate. This ain't our fight. One thing black people have been doing, one thing we always do is we always getting in their fights. We always getting in their fights. The first person to die in the American Revolutionary War was Crispus Attucks. You think they gave a fuck? Nigga, the country that granted the United States autonomy and recognized the United States as an independent nation, the first country to do so was Morocco. Sidi Muhammad. Look him up. If y'all follow me on Instagram or Facebook, y'all see me talk about him last week. Y'all saw that letter that George Washington wrote? Talking about kissing all of his ass. Oh, I'm sorry, great loyal leader, Sultan of Morocco. We didn't pay our taxes because you gave us rights to trade in the Mediterranean, and we know you owe you money, but we ain't got the money yet. You know what I mean? That's how George Washington was sounding in a letter to Sidi Muhammad. I encourage you to look that up. 1789, Library of Congress. It was a black nation that recognized the United States independence. People don't know that. This ain't our fight, people. This ain't our fight. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull that letter up. I just found the letter right now. I'm about to pull that letter up right now. Browser share. Look at this. Look at George Washington. This is from the motherfucking National Archives. Is there some shit I wrote? Look at this. Yo, Imperial Majesty, you've been so kind to the United States. Please, 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 do right by us. We'll do you right. This is Sidi Muhammad. That nigga look like Larry Goodwell, don't he? But with a way tougher beard. Why am I saying all this, people? I'm just pointing out that this ain't our fight. We've always been in they shit. Black people have always, We are literally the only thing that's ever stopped white people from fighting each other. The Hotepish link gear is right there on the screen, hotepish.com. Click on merchandise. And oh yeah, for those of you late to the broadcast, I do got a new dope ass shirt though. This new shirt is dope as hell. For those of you new to the broadcast, I just released today, less than an hour ago. Oh my God, I already have 3 orders. Thank you for the people who have ordered this shirt already. I already got 3 orders, people. I just posted this right before I went live. I already got 3 orders. Been live for how long? 36 minutes? So I posted this to my website 40 minutes ago and I already got 3 sales. Martin Luther King told you motherfuckers, I fear I fucked up. I may have integrated my people into a burning house. Is this the burning house you speak of, Dr. King? Is this the burning house you speak of, Dr. King? Is this the burning house you speak of, Dr. King? What about this? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, and look at this. These niggas. Yes, Dwayne Isaacs, I have a 5XL. I'm a big nigga, so of course, I'm going to look out for my fellow big niggas. We have 5X, 4X, 3X. We have women's cuts. We got men's cuts. Poppin', if your hoodie didn't come, you said DHL delivered it to the wrong address. Please go back to the website and let those motherfuckers know, because I want to make sure you get your hoodie, my man. Let the customer service department know that you did not, if you have not gotten your shit, because so far, everybody else has gotten their shit. They are loving my t-shirts. They're loving them. They're loving them. But yeah, I was watching Fox News. You know, we're going to jump around. I'm going to talk to y'all. We're going to take some questions from y'all in a little bit. If you want your question read right away, hit me in the Cash App and ask your question. I will ask them questions off top. I will answer those right off top. If you don't feel like hitting the Cash App, that's cool too. I'll get to your shit when I get to it. But looky here. Who are these niggas? Who is these niggas? Blacks for Trump. First of all, black people don't call ourselves blacks. So who made them t-shirts? Who made these t-shirts? And these niggas niggas don't dress like this. These can't be no black American dudes. This nigga here, he gotta be from somewhere else. I ain't never seen, first of all, black men don't put t-shirts on over long sleeve shirts. As crazy as your uncle dressed at the family reunion, he's never gonna do no shit like that. Now, a nigga may have that t-shirt on and had a hoodie over it, and then unzip the hoodie and be like, yo, blacks for Trump. But ain't no real black American nigga gonna do no shit like that. That's clue number one. That these niggas probably ain't from here. Look at them. I see, what's that flag in the bag? Oh, somebody calling me. I'll call you back, nigga. Look at this. Is that a Puerto Rican flag back there? Peep this nigga's glasses. Ain't no niggas with no glasses like that since 1982. I guarantee you, this is not a black American from the soil. This is not foundational Black American. He's not native Black American. I guarantee niggas don't dress like that. And that shit. And he got an extra medium t-shirt on over top of his shit. Nigga, you didn't even buy a t-shirt that fits. Ain't no niggas dressing like that. So, you got your immigrant Black people out there doing their Blacks for Trump thing. Here's my hope. My hope is this. My hope is that any Black person at a Trump rally, whether you're immigrant Black, whether you're native Black American, whether you're light-skinned Black American, dark-skinned Black American, fat, skinny, short, tall, my wish is, if you're at a rally, at a Trump rally, my wish is that them white boys beat the dog shit out you, all right? My wish is the police single you out for mistreatment. My wish is that you take so much pepper spray, you won't be able to eat steak for 6 months. That is my wish. If you a nigga, whether you're from here or not from here, and you at a Trump rally. My wish is that you walk in, like for real. I wish that you walk in on your mama getting banged out by the reverend at church. That's my hope. If you're a Black person that's rallying for Trump. If you're a Black person rallying for Trump, I hope like hell that you walk in on your girlfriend getting dug out by Charlie Sheen raw with his HIV mini pecker. That's my wish if you're a Black person at one of these rallies. Yes. I hold no apologies. I do not apologize for saying that. Why did I say that, Dwan? Oh, you're mean, Dwan, you're mean. That's fucked up. I said that in reference to the point that I made earlier about the Yamamisi War between the dark-skinned Choctaw Black people in the Florida, Georgia area beating the dog shit out them white folks. About to push these motherfuckers back over to Europe. And then those goddamn Cherokees, unfortunately a lot of them are dark-skinned. With the Cherokee, you had a mixture of the dark-skinned and also the Mongoloid type. They still wasn't none of these white motherfuckers that we see today in the Cherokee. Them motherfuckers still wasn't there. But it was a mixture of the Mongoloid that came across the Bering Strait and had those Mongoloid features, and a mixture of dark-skinned Black people with kinky hair and dark-skinned Black people with long straight hair. That was your Cherokee. And if it wasn't for the Cherokee teaming with these crackers, we wouldn't be dealing with this shit today. So I hold a special place in my heart for traitorous ass Negroes that team with white supremacy. This is white supremacy, right? And these motherfuckers are no worse than y'all people out there doing a whole plantation celebration down in Georgia because Georgia took the Senate. I was gonna go live today. Today's broadcast was gonna be on Georgia taking the Senate, and all these niggas down there cackling and jaw jacking and yes, massa and doing all that bullshit because they elected Ralph Warnock, a motherfucker who had homeless people. I showed that shit on this very broadcast a month ago. We're Ready Short. We showed video of people sleeping on the steps of that man's church, Dr. Martin Luther King's former church. Martin Luther King wouldn't have had nobody sleeping on the floors of his church. So if a motherfucker could have somebody sleeping at the doors of his church as a Black person with means to do something about that, how do you think he gonna treat the rest of us when he go into the Senate? I'll wait. I'm tired of black people joining in on their parties. We ain't got time for this shit in 2021. We don't have time for this shit. At some point, we're going to realize it's red and blue against us. Ain't neither of them motherfuckers our friends. It's the government against the people. They're really against all people, but your white supremacists and your, what do you call these white supremacy wannabe groups have all made a devil's bargain to perpetuate the bullshit and be the gatekeepers of white supremacy by keeping their neck on us. So although I know and I do understand that it is the government against everybody, those other people don't ever want to fuck with us until it's time to get something. They take it, then they don't fuck with us no more. So I can only speak for the people who fuck with us year round. Now, if you're one of those other people who fuck with us year round, good, bad, then yeah, I fuck with you too. But if you're one of these people who buy into the system and you only get angry when your party is the one that's being attacked, fuck you. Period. I like this one here. Scaling the walls of the Capitol building. Look at these white motherfuckers here. See, look, white people, they know how to riot. They know how to riot. This right here is an illustration as to why we are now the United States of America and not Canada. And not still part of England and King George's regime. This right here is the reason why the United States of America is not under direct rulership of the Queen of England. Now, we're still under indirect rulership of the Queen of England. The Queen of England does control BP, British Petroleum Oil, which is Arco gas, which is... She also controls she's the leader of the Protestant church. And we know the leaders of America are the WASPs. WASPs. How you say it? WASPs. Well, that's the derogatory term that they call one another, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant males. That's who runs the nation. It's very clear. White Anglo-Saxon Protestant males. And why are white Anglo-Saxon Protestant males the ones that run the nation? Because the Queen of England runs the Protestant church. The Protestant church, protest is the base of the word Protestant, protest. Why were the Protestants protesting? All history is a current event. Listen close, real people, as I tie all this shit in together. Did they call themselves the Protestant church? Why were the Protestants protesting? What were they protesting over? Well, what they were protesting over was the Pope divided the world between the Spanish and the Portuguese. The Pope, Pope Gregory, I think Gregory V, don't quote me, but I think, I'm off the top of my head right here, but I think it's Gregory V. But Pope said, like I said, don't quote me on that name, just look it up. It was in the 1700s. He granted the rights for the Spanish and the Portuguese to go take over the world and enslave it. And you have the God's blessing because of the Pope. Well, the Pope only gave his blessing to the Portuguese and the Spanish. So the Portuguese went to Africa and the Spanish went to the Americas. And they had a little tussle, and the Pope gave the Portuguese, gave them Brazil, gave the Spanish other parts of South America and Mexico and shit. And so the white Anglo-Saxons, the Albions, the Anglos, the Saxons, the Franks, they said, hold on, Pope, we want to get in this slave shit too. So since you ain't gonna grant us the right to get into this slave shit, we gonna create our own church. And it's gonna be called the Protestant Church. So the Protestant Church created itself and gave itself the right to enslave people. Manifest destiny. That's what the Protestant Church is. So, all of your presidents, with the exception of Kennedy was the first one that wasn't, were WASPs. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants. I include Obama in that because that nigga was white mentally. He just looked like us on the skin. He married Michelle as a beard, but that motherfucker was a WASP too. But this right here is how the WASPs get down. If you don't give it to them, they gonna take it. Look at this. Look at this. This is how they get down. They up in the Capitol building with a Trump flag around his neck, mask on. She said mask off. And they are taking pictures in the U.S. Capitol. Sitting at the seat of power. This is how they get down. This is how they treat each other when we ain't around, black people. Look at this. He got his MAGA hat on, khakis, chilling. All kinds of national secrets on the desk. Black folks, have we ever done some bullshit like this? Black people, we are not gangsters. We need to stop that shit. We are not gangsters. These motherfuckers is the gangsters. These are the gangsters. Look at these motherfuckers. Look at this shit. Look at these motherfuckers. Standing on the building, doing what they do. Speaking of the goddamn Anglos and Saxons, look at this. He got his old Saxon attire on right here. Tatted up. Look at this shit. Look at this shit right here. Wait for this, that's Larry's hat. I see people saying the whole thing is staged. Look, whether it's staged, if it's staged, we'll find out through the Freedom of Information Act at some point. But no, I don't think this is staged. No, I do not think this is staged at all. This is how these motherfuckers have always acted. This is how these motherfuckers have always acted. We saw this day coming. No. White privilege isn't why they're hanging out. This isn't a privilege. We gotta understand, and I get that. I had someone tell me that earlier, this white privilege. We was talking about this. Matter of fact, this is a Facebook discussion I had earlier. No, privilege implies someone allowed and gave and said, yes, you can do that. That's what the term privilege implies. One thing about these Saxons, these Anglos, these Visigoths, these Franks, these Albions, they have a history of taking what the fuck they want. They do. I don't need to look up The Smith Month Act of 2012. I've read that already. Stage shit's been going on long before 2012, homeboy. If 2012 was when is when stage shit first started, what about 9/11? I'm very aware that this country stages shit. Very aware. Very aware that this country stages things. I'm the kind of person that says, "Ho, I'm gonna let this shit play out. I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna observe. I'm gonna see what's going on. Can't always jump to conclusions." That's a mistake I used to always make. Fuck up when you jump to conclusions 2 hours after some shit started. Watch shit, let it play out. Get quiet. The truth will reveal itself. It always does. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to act like you know. Only thing you can do is comment on what you see happening in front of you and go with it like that. Okay, cool. I just gotta. Let's see here. I just got a question here. Let me see here. Some old head said, "Are Trump supporters going to rock the boat?" Yes, Trump supporters are going to rock the boat. Look, and that's a good question right now because we're talking about stage, not stage, whatever. Stage shit happens all the time. It's fucking cookie virus. I'm not going to call it by its real name. I think it's staged. I'm not going to call it by its name because I don't want to get flagged. But the cookie cutter thing is a lot of staging to that. Hell, every president is staged. Look, every president is tied in by blood. Look up this book called The Burke's Peerage Review. The Burke's Peerage Review. It's a very expensive book, so I recommend that you go to your local library probably won't have it. Go to your downtown library or whatever your best library is in your city and check out a copy. Or if they don't let you check it out, read it while you're there at the library. The Burke's Peerage Review. In that book, it talks about all 45 presidents being tied to the same bloodline. Yes, all these motherfuckers is cousins. Hillary and Trump, cousins. Barack Obama and the Bushes, cousins. Hell, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, that motherfucker married his cousin, Eleanor Roosevelt. We already dealing with a nation of cousin fuckers that's been running this motherfucker since 1776. So we know a lot of shit's staged. We understand that, right? We understand that. But along with that, it's a lot of real shit that goes along right up under it. Have you ever thought that some of the people doing some of the things don't quite understand that they are the actors in an event that maybe have been set up by a larger force for their ultimate demise? Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because it is. Because based on the question that was asked in my Cash App. Hit the Cash App if you want me to get to the front of the line on these questions. The reason why the answer to that question is, yes, these Trump supporters are going to rock the boat. Yes, they're going to rock the boat. Look, America has been the greatest thing ever to white people. I did a breakdown on my program 2 weeks ago when I was talking about the caste system of Europe. Go back and look at that episode. I talked about how racism is nothing but the feudalism in Europe turned onto the side and put in a color. The same people who were serfs in Europe are now nobility in America because they're quote unquote white. At some point, when the nobles get increasingly disenfranchised and increasingly thrown under the bus, they gonna rock the boat. Because again, like I said before, America don't give a fuck about them white people either. They just always use those white folks as a buffer between us and them. Give them just a few more trinkets than you give the niggas, and they'll be the police force between niggas and the powers that be. Well, the trinkets that these white folks have been getting over the last 60 years, that spigot has been getting shut off slowly and slowly and slowly. Back in the 1950s, a white man could buy a house in the suburbs, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, fully furnished, government loan at 0 interest, or if he went to the military, a whole grant, I ain't gotta pay for it. But they could buy a house for $15,000, $10,000 in the suburbs. Back in the 50s and the 60s, brand new, newly furnished. One income can pay that house off in 10 years. Just one income. Well, America over the last 60 years has broken its social contract with the people. The social contract that the New Deal set up was, you work 8 hours a day, we'll pay you enough to support you and your family, we'll put a few dollars to the side in Social Security and pension, and when you turn 65, you can retire and live off the wealth that you've accumulated the 40 years you worked for fill-in-the-blank company. That was a social contract that America set up in the 1940s. Why did America set that social contract up in the 1940s? Because in the 1930s and the 1920s, there was a fuck ton of rioting going on. The same shit going on right now. Great Depression hit. White folks was angry. White folks was mad. White folks was burning shit down. Prohibition was at an all-time high. So they were shooting and killing each other for money. That's how Jack Kennedy made his money, for his children to become president, through bootlegging liquor. Then America said, hold on. Shit, it's too much rioting, it's too much shit going on. People are poor, people are fucking up the government, we ain't got no control of shit. Something needs to change. So what did they do? Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the man who married his cousin, Eleanor Roosevelt, said we need to come up with a new deal, a new contract with America. Because if we continue going the way we've been going, this country is going to burn and fall in on itself. And that's why the news is always saying don't riot. That's why they're always saying don't do these things. Because these things that these white folks are doing right now, no country can survive internal instability. Internal instability is what gets things cracking for the people. I ain't telling y'all what to do, what not to do. I'm just reporting the news. All right, for you motherfuckers listening, we just talking the news. What's going on our cameras right now today? You have people that understand. In order to get what you want, you got to make the foundation unstable so those on top don't feel secure. You got to realize it's like a pyramid, people. The people on top, the only way you're going to stay on top is if the base stays strong. What happens when the base starts to shift? The top is going to do whatever it needs to do to either reinforce its base, or the base is going to crumble and all of us are going to be on equal foot. How about that? How about that? So the base is starting to crumble. The base is starting to move. They understand this. So that's why they're doing what they doing. This is how you gotta, let's go back in history, people. I keep taking y'all back to history. God damn it, because it makes sense to explain what's going on today. Get your John Henry Clark t-shirt. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Why am I bringing up Dr. John Henry Clark? Because he's the one that told us what's going on right now in the history of the European and what was going on in Europe. In Europe, in the late 1600s, in Europe, they were at all-out war. The serfs, the people on the bottom were they were fucking the government up. That's why they had so many goddamn prisoners. So when the British got claim of North America, the colonies, starting in Virginia, that's why they call it Virginia, Virgin, the first one. When they got them colonies down there, they started sending these motherfuckers over here because they couldn't control them. They started sending them here, and they came here. Most of you white folks that came here, the first class of white people that came here, contrary to popular opinion, they came as slaves. Oh yeah, it's in the books. Look it up. Look it up. Them white folks that was coming here in 1620, 1630, 1640, them motherfuckers was slaves. Them motherfuckers was in jail over there in Europe. 1660, 1650. They was coming over here to work off a debt. And the black prisoners of war that they call here, the black natives, were actually the first slaves that was transported were actually the black natives being sold off into the Caribbean. Ooh, yeah, they don't like talking about that. The slaves they were capturing here initially, they were selling off to the Caribbean and back over into London. The first slaves that were coming here were the Europeans. Dr. Clyde Winters, look up his books. This isn't my conjecture. This is in the paperwork. All you gotta do is read it your motherfucking self. So these are the people that we're dealing with. And then when America had its second wave of mass immigration after the 1882 Immigration Act, what did they say? Bring us your weak. Bring us your poor. Bring us your prisoners. So that's when the rest of Europe, in Italian Europe, Germany, all those musty motherfuckers started coming over here. And the best of the best didn't come. Because if you got it cracking in Europe, why the fuck do you need to leave Europe? They left Europe for the same reason people leave Central America and Mexico today. The people that got it cracking in Central America don't leave Central America. They got good weather down there. The ones that leave are the ones that ain't got shit cracking. That's ain't no difference with Europe. The ones who ain't had shit going on are the ones who came here. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the motherfucking truth. And the FBI warned of this shit. The FBI warned of this. Look at this. For those who want to look it up, this is PBS News. You all got PBS. Look it up. FBI warned of white supremacists in law enforcement 10 years ago. This was an article written in 2016. They talked about this. Let me go to that. This is a bulletin. Unclassified. White supremacist law enforcement infiltration. FBI Counter-Terrorism Division. Look at this. And for those of you new to my channel, back when I only had 5 subscribers on YouTube, and I only had like 3 or 4 niggas listening to me on Facebook, I did a whole breakdown on this. I've been doing this shit for a while. Go back and look that shit out. It's somewhere back on my YouTube channel. Yeah, but back in the days, I remember doing the same breakdown when I was at Accelerated Radio. I looked at my YouTube. Nigga, that shit said 1 person listening. And then that person left. I was like, oh shit, I'ma quit. But I kept going. And now you niggas is here, so I appreciate y'all. For real, from the bottom of my heart. Even y'all the ones I talk shit to. I do it because I like talking shit. Nothing personal. But you see all the redacted shit. Key judgment. Although white supremacist group have historically engaged in strategic efforts to infiltrate and recruit from law enforcement, blank. I wonder what was under there. The primary threat from infiltration of recruitment arises from the areas of intelligence collection and exploitation, which can lead to investigate breaches that can jeopardize the safety of law enforcement and personnel. You're right, Troy Gahar. Hit the like button and share this fucking video. Please. Hit the like button and share the video. Hell yeah, I almost quit when I first did this report. I did one on this and I did one on the Kerner Commission. I'm gonna go back and do those reports again now that I got more followers. But I did the reports when I had 5 YouTube subscribers and I had like 10 niggas watching me on Facebook. Then it'd be like 5 niggas watching you on Facebook. Oh, 2 niggas watching you on Facebook. Oh, you just got 1 more. Oh, damn, they gone. But I kept pushing. Because I knew one day motherfuckers would catch on. So what happened right here? They're talking about the consequences of compromised intelligence in this part right here. It says, and I read, quote, this assessment examines white supremacist infiltration of law enforcement from perspectives of both strategic infiltration by organized groups and self-initiated infiltration by law enforcement personnel sympathetic to white supremacist causes. The primary threat from infiltration or recruitment arises from the areas of intelligence collection and exploitation, which can lead to investigate breaches and can jeopardize safety of law enforcement personnel. So this goes out to you Blue Lives Matter motherfuckers. The FBI is saying that these white supremacist groups are not only a threat to the nation, they're a threat to other cops. But ain't none of these Blue Lives Matter motherfuckers saying nothing about it. What's up, EC Floyd? EC Floyd would be one of them 2 niggas watching me on Facebook back in the day. When I had 2 niggas watching me on Facebook, EC would be one of the ones up in there. And I would trip. That's how I knew I had something good. Because EC is he a 5150 nigga. You always see EC if you ever watch Zoe's show. When Zoe was down and back at Dash Radio, you always see EC back in the background at Zoe's show. And you know Zoe's show is cracking. Salute to Zoe Williams. I'm like, man, shit. If he fucking with me, if he's one of 2 fucking with me, shit, I must got something good. He know a good show when he hear it, so he fucking with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Chubby will be the other one of the 2 people that will be in the room. Peace, I am Manifesto. Oh shit. Oh, you left Tariq to come here? That's dope. I look at Tariq as big bro. I never met the man, but that's I look at him like an uncle. The motherfucker gives us a game and he tells us what it is. I appreciate that man for all he does, agree or disagree with what he does. I appreciate that brother. Salute to Tariq Nasheed. He's somebody black folks can learn from. But here, back to what I was saying. White supremacists' presence among law enforcement personnel is also of concern due to the access they may possess to restricted areas vulnerable to sabotage and to elected officials or protected persons whom they could see as potential targets. Boom! This is why you come to Hotepish, intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk. I don't just give you the history. I tie history into how it affects us today in a profound and often profane manner. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to listen. That's my motherfucking quote that I got from my ancestors during meditation that I spread off to you guys. It ain't about the messenger, it's about the message. And the message is this here, black people. All history is a current event. It's the reason why they don't like us fucking with history. White supremacists, let me read that one more time. White supremacists' presence among law enforcement personnel is also of concern due to the access they may possess to restricted areas vulnerable to sabotage and to elected officials or protected persons. Tell me, people.
1981.
Tell me. Is this what they were talking about? Is this what the FBI in 2006 were afraid of? White supremacist infiltration in law enforcement. Is this what they're afraid of? They said protected and vulnerable areas. Does this look like a protected and vulnerable area? What about this? Does this look like a protected and vulnerable area? Huh? This is why we as black folks gotta like and share this video, because one thing I love about social media is we are now able to talk to one another. The only thing my primary thing that's fucked us up over the last 60 years has been our inability to communicate. Back when the civil rights movement happened, you had literally hundreds of independent black-owned media that got the word out to the people. After integration, Ebony Jet and all those Essence and all those fucking magazines started looking for white advertisement. And the minute they got white advertisement, they stopped speaking to us. They're only ones to talk about the newest afro, the newest car. They basically, those black publications, BET, TV One, became sources for white merchants to sell product to black people. So they don't share shit like this in our history that matters today. They telling you vote blue no matter who, vote for President Obama when this was going on. Motherfucker, this was written when Bush was in office, 2006. Too much. Barack Obama, when he was handed the presidency in 2008, got this same report on his desk. Because, and if he didn't, in 2012, the FBI re-released this same memo, saying that it got worse in 2012. Look it up. So you had Bush, didn't do nothing about it. Obama didn't do nothing about it. Trump for damn sure wasn't gonna do nothing about it. And Joe in the hole ain't said nothing about doing anything about it. What does that tell you, people? This came out on a red watch. Survived 8 years of blue, 4 years of red, and now the blue is about to get inaugurated in 14 days. They ain't saying they ain't gonna do nothing about it. This is proof that it's them against us. They are so willing to allow these white folks to do what the fuck they want to do and turn a blind eye to it while calling people like us black identity extremists, that they will compromise their own safety. That they will compromise their own safety. Again, into the chat, stop drawing. We don't know no conclusions yet, man. We don't know if this was a organized coup. We don't know if it was a disorganized coup. We don't know what level of planning or not planning this thing has. Only thing we got is our goddamn opinions. This ain't nothing to argue about right now. We don't know shit. I don't know shit. I don't know. Neither do none of us in here. We just see what we see. And we bringing up the things that we do know, and we tying it into what we see happening on the news in front of us today. Look at this. So for those of you who want this document, let me see here. Do y'all see? Let me see if I can change my web browser. Look, y'all see my browser? Y'all look at the top of my browser. Y'all see that website up there? Take a screenshot of that fucking website and look it up yourself. Or go to this website, PBS NewsHour, pbs.org. FBI warned of white supremacists in law enforcement 10 years ago. And if you scroll down, they will give you a link that you can click on to get to the actual report. Matter of fact, let me bookmark this motherfucker right now. Let me bookmark this motherfucker right now. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that part. Oh, and that brings me to something else I want to say. I want to talk about historically tying this shit in to what's going on today. Let me see here. What's this? That brings me to this here. What does today remind me of? There are a lot of people out there talking about how this isn't America. How America's better than this. For those of you naive motherfuckers saying shit like that, I introduced to you, or reintroduced to you if you don't know any better, they call it the Wilmington Race Riot. But the Wilmington Race Riot of 1898. I want y'all to look this up. 1898, after Reconstruction, black people were getting their weight up. And we had all these towns that we built on our own around the nation, specifically through the South. People are just now starting to hear about Black Wall Street. But Black Wall Street that's not even the tip of the iceberg. It goes way deeper than that. And this story here in Wilmington, This is just one of many. But I'm bringing Wilmington up for a reason. What happened in Wilmington 1898? Wilmington 1898, you had a town, Wilmington, North Carolina, the place where Michael Jordan was born. You had black people running the town, black mayors, black city officials. And on November 10th, in November 1898, those black people were re-elected and elected to office. The white folks, out of their jealousy, like the haters that they are, could not take black people running shit. So what they did was they sent a warning that all black people must leave town, had 7 days to leave town. They didn't give them 7 days. They came down November 10th, 1898 and burned the city down. Right here is a picture of a mob outside of Wilmington, North Carolina courthouse. They went to the courthouse, raided that motherfucker, kicked out all the black people, and burned it down. All of the white people from all the surrounding towns got together, mobbed up, and started this riot. You may ask yourself, what happened? Why didn't they send the National Guard? Why didn't they get help? Let me tell you why they didn't get help. These same white folks went to the Capitol and they kidnapped the governor. They kidnapped the governor of North Carolina so that he could not call the federal government to send federal troops down to help. Because the only time the federal government can send troops to a state is if the state's governor requests them. But the governor of North Carolina couldn't request the troops because he was kidnapped. While these white folks marched down to a town, kicked out the newly elected, democratically elected leadership, and they were sitting in trees, and as black people ran out of town, they were picking black people off one by one, similar to the Inquisition in Spain. That's American history, people. This is American history, people. What we see is these same crackers turning in on themselves. Look at this. Instead of going and putting the white folks and saying, white people, you can't do that, North Carolina didn't do that. They turned around and said, you know what? Look at that where I have highlighted. Grandfather clause. If your grandfather was a slave and all that shit, they can't vote. Poll taxes. They said instead of putting these white people in check, we're going to check the black people and tell the black people, okay, now you can't vote. So when you ask yourself, is this America? Yes, this is America. What you see on camera right here, going on in DC right now, on the Capitol building, this is, in fact, America. Yes, this is America. This is how America has always acted. This is how America acts. Right here. Let me see where that picture at. I got that picture up. Right here. This is how America acts. This is America. Yes. Mind you, we're here at the U.S. Capitol. The Capitol building, the top of that dome was created by who? Horace King, a black man. Look at him. Horace King. This is the man. No, not him. I'm getting my shit twisted up. There's another Horace King. I put up. There's a couple different Horace King. I put up the wrong Horace King on this picture. Block out this one. Block out this one. Block out, where is it at? Where's it at? I want to put it up for you. Not Horace King. Not damn fake it. Well, I'll pull that shit up later. I did a whole history on him a few months ago. Look him up. But oh yeah, well yeah, I'm tripping. It was this Horace King. Yeah, this is him. Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm high, people. I'm high. I'm high. But yeah, we as a people, we've always been here. We've always been here. But right now, black people, this is not time for us to jump in a fight. This is a white on white fight. This is a fight that's been coming between them, and this is something that they're going to have to figure out. They're going to have to figure this shit out. There's nothing we can do. Which turns me to my last subject of the day. What's going on over in Georgia? Appreciate the Cash App donation. I appreciate the. I done got 3 Cash Apps since I've been here. Rock on, motherfuckers, rock on. Thank y'all for the donations. I appreciate it. And if you don't want to donate, I still appreciate you. This information is free. I'm giving the game for free. I ain't charging you motherfuckers. But if you feel so inclined to drop into the Cash App, I ain't gonna deny it. Information is free. But I want to talk about my last subject tonight. What's been going on. Then we're going to circle back and I'm going to ask y'all some questions. I'm going to answer some more of y'all questions after this. Georgia. Georgia. It looks as if the runoff was won by 2 Democrats. Warnock and Ossoff. Georgia was flipped to blue. And after Georgia got flipped to blue, I saw a whole lot of plantation celebration going on my social media. A whole lot. Black folks saying we won. We did it. This is it. We done flipped the house. Okay. My only thing I gotta say to y'all, people saying that, only thing I gotta say to y'all is this. Biden now has the White House. If these Trump tars don't fuck everything up, he has a White House. And he also has a Senate. That means there's literally nothing in the way of the Democrats giving black people tangible returns on the intangible votes we unfortunately as a whole placed on their party. There's literally no excuse for the Democrats to not do something tangible for Black America the way Obama did for gay America. There's literally nothing in the way. So for all of us in the chat room, because the people here in this chat room for the most part are very enlightened. Most of the people here in the chat room see the game for what it is. Your job, our job over the next 4 years is as Joe Biden goes around passing laws, writing laws, executive orders, yada, 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 yada. Your job is to monitor what he does specifically for Black people. Because for him to win in Georgia, and for them to win these 2 Senate seats in Georgia means all of those Black folks that moved to Georgia over the last 20 years, out of LA, specifically from California and New York, and Texas, Florida, and all the bussy boys that have moved to Georgia over the last 20 years and brought enough blue voting people to flip Georgia blue. That means, and you can't say it's immigrants that did it. You can't say the Asian population in Georgia is negligible. The Hispanic population is negligible. They're there, but it's negligible. The people who brought on things are the Negroes. What are the Democrats going to do for them niggas over the next 4 years? While everyone woke up this morning having a plantation celebration talking about we won. Your job, Negroes, is to hold them, to give you something. People say, okay, what is it? What are they going to give us? What were they supposed to give us? There was this man named O'Shea Jackson, aka Ice Cube. Ice Cube had something that he's been floating around since May, and I did a breakdown on Ice Cube's plan for Black America in May, back when I only had 70 YouTube subscribers. I had 70 YouTube subscribers in May of 2020. And I was happy as hell because I had 11 people watching on YouTube live when I did that program. And 6 on Facebook. And to all 17 of us who were watching that program, I broke down Ice Cube's Black America this past May. It could have been June. Either way it goes, it was at a time I only had 70 subscribers and 11 motherfuckers watching. And I went through Ice Cube's plan for Black America line by line. And I said back then, this is something for us as Black people to take to our national and local representatives and have them pick something within this plan that they are going to champion for the Black people that they expect to vote for them. If you couldn't think of a plan on your own, what need to help with Black people, Ice Cube's plan for Black America had it all in it. Why? Because the experts wrote it. He has shit in there that Dr. Claude Anderson been saying for 40 years we need. He talked about reparations from these companies that have been stealing our image and likeliness. Ice Cube talked about reparations from the police departments and getting the police departments to have at least half of his workforce live within the city that it polices. Yes, I'm Manifesto. I did actually read the plan. The plan is, Ice Cube's plan was very simple. As a matter of fact, he took the plan down because he's redoing it. And when he relaunches the plan, I'm going to do another program reading that plan too. The plan called for everything in that plan except for flat out cash reparations. And I was cool with that because we know we don't get our reparations, like Tariq said on his broadcast. Black people, we will get our reparations. We just got to say the chorus. But in that plan, it had a whole lot of reparative things that they can do now to Black America. And if Black people seized up on that, and chose issues within that document that they went to their congressman, state representative, county representative, federal representative, and hold them to things within that plan, we could get something. But that's not what Black people did. Black people said, who the fuck is Ice Cube? Ice Cube don't speak for me. Ice Cube is just a rapper. Ice Cube is a Trump supporter. Ice Cube just is doing this to get Trump elected. Ice Cube doesn't know what he's doing. No, you don't know what you're doing. Ice Cube did exactly what my political science teacher taught me when I was at Santa Monica College, 2001, taking my first political science course. Bush had just gotten inaugurated as president. And one thing we talked about in that class all the time, because oh my God, my teacher, she hated Bush. Ooh, she hated that motherfucker. And don't we all? I still say Bush is a worse president than Trump. Ain't no 9/11s happening under Trump. Let's tell the whole truth. But I digress. We talk about back then, the way things get done in this country is the people who want things changed, you present the plan to the congressman. You present the plan to your official representatives. Because guess what? Official representatives ain't sitting in their office writing up plans to help your black ass. You got to bring it to them, put money behind it, and say, if you want my vote in November and some more of this money, you going to push this legislation. That's not what we did. So I encourage people to go back and pick up that plan for Black America. Look it up. Dissect it. See what's in that plan that you can get, that you like for yourself. And if you plan on voting in 2 years, whatever, use that. But in the meantime, use that same fucking plan to hold these Biden fucktards' feet to the fire. Because Biden still ain't said what he's going to do for black people. All you niggas in Georgia doing cartwheels, Democrats ain't said shit. No, I Am Manifesto Ice Cube was not kissing ass. Where the fuck you get that from? That's another thing. Black people gotta stop being the most politically ignorant group on earth. And we gotta stop playing victim too. Look, the government don't fuck with nobody. You dig it? The government is a circle jerk between white Anglo-Saxon land-owning Protestant men and a few women. They conspire with each other to fuck us all up. So white, black, gay, Latino, straight, if they're going to get any piece of the taxes that they pay back into the government, back to them and their people, they propose the legislation themselves. That's just how politics work. It ain't about kissing ass. You pay taxes, motherfucker, don't you? How do you get your share of taxes back in your pocket? You create a plan. You present it to the people that you vote for. They go down to Capitol Hill and fight for your share of taxes to go back to the list of demands that you created when you put them in office. That's politics. It's not ass kissing. And you do it to both sides. One party don't owe you. When you pay your taxes, both parties use that money. Both parties benefit from that money. So you get your scholars, you get your smart people together, and you create something and you take it to them. Or you just don't vote. Or just say, fuck it, I'm not gonna vote. That's another option too. The other option is, look, I'm gonna pay my taxes. And look, you crackers do what y'all wanna do. I ain't gonna vote, I ain't gonna participate. That's also an option. And I respect that option too. If you choose not to vote, you know that you don't think they're gonna give you something, that's fine too. But for those who choose to participate in the voting process, the way to get things done and taken back and brought back to your people is for you to propose it and you to submit it to the local representatives that you have. And if y'all go back and look at my broadcast I did on the Ice Cube plan, I gave everyone a plan. And what did I say for those who listen? I said, take this plan and email your local representatives and say, if you want my vote, you have to pick something in this plan that you're going to champion just for Black Americans. I sent that to Maxine Waters and I sent that to Joe Collins. But I also sent that to my local representatives. I sent that to Stephen Bradford. But guess what, Stephen Bradford, state senator here in California, here in Gardena, because you have your federal Senate and your state Senate. He proposed a plan. I think it's called State Bill SB 281. I forgot the name of it. But that's what it's going to do is it's going to require the state take qualified immunity away from police officers. One of the main things that stops these people, these officers from going to jail is their qualified immunity. So the Black representative for the state of California here in Gardena, California, Stephen Bradford, said, okay, I'm going, and he sponsored legislation to get that done. So guess what? Stephen Bradford got my motherfucking vote locally. If you're going to participate in politics, participate all the way. I didn't kiss Stephen Bradford's ass when I sent that. I said, if you want my vote, I need you to address something in there and champion this shit just for Black people. And he said yes. Politicians are whores. Politics ain't personal. You go to the hoe, you give her some dollars, she trim you up and you get along your way. That's how politics works. You go to these hoes, you give them some fucking money, you tell them what the fuck they gonna do, and you go about your way. That's not kissing ass, people. That's being politically sophisticated. Everybody's doing this except for us. Y'all think they pass all these other fucking laws for these other groups just because they have a good heart? Y'all think they just woke up and said, we're gonna go ahead and just let these sissies go ahead and get married? No! These fuckers created a plan and told Obama, look, motherfucker, this is what you gonna do. Now, we gonna co-opt them dumb niggas, because since them niggas don't ask for nothing, we gonna go ahead and say, look, this is what the gay folks did. They said, since the niggas are too politically not sophisticated, they just gonna vote for you because you Black and you blue. So, since you know you gonna get they vote, we can help these niggas and we gonna act like we they friends. We gonna act like we gonna team with them, Black and LGBTQ together, one side by side. And we gonna play this little bullshit charade. And when we play that charade, Barack O'Sissy, you're gonna sign this bill for us to get married. That's what you gonna do. When we done playing these dumb niggas that don't know shit about politics. They gonna think they kissing your ass just for getting their share of taxes back. So when we done playing with these niggas, in 4 years, we're gonna have the right to marry, and they still gonna be where they are, talking about some vote for hope. If black people are gonna play politics, God damn it, let's play it right. Or stop, or get, black people, we're at the point right now in politics where we gotta either shit or get off the pot. Shit or get off the pot. Either do this shit right or don't do it at all. That's where we are with our politics. Either we gonna do this shit right or let's stop playing. Stop playing, black people. Mark G. No. Stop. And another thing, stop complimenting white people. Fuck them. And I don't mean that to you, Mark G, personally. You a good dude, my brother. I've made the same mistakes before. But no, I ain't complimenting them shit. You know why I ain't complimenting them? Because yes, they are burning shit down. They are rioting. The shit just ain't being reported right now. Go look on, let me see if I can airdrop. I found this picture. Let me see if I can airdrop this shit to my computer real quick. These motherfuckers is up in the Capitol building stealing shit. Taking shit. They rioting right now. And I promise you this. We ain't seen the last of this. We ain't seen the last of this shit. You about to start seeing these bullshit ass riots nationwide. Listen to me clearly, people. 2021 is just now getting started. 2021 is gonna be a cracking ass year. We just getting started, people. Look at this. These motherfuckers is taking presidential seals and shit. We just getting started. I guarantee you these white folks are gonna be rioting and burning down shit. That's what they do. That's their history. They about to be rioting. Look at this shit. And this shows you how much they think about us as black people. Black people ain't got shit to do with this. We ain't in their way. This is a fight between them and Biden. But look what they got time to do. Put a motherfucking noose up on the Capitol. This is what they got time to do in their free time. They not only got time to raid the government and do all that bullshit, these motherfuckers got time to hang whole ass nooses. Reminding us, we still ain't forgot about you niggas. That's why I say fuck them. I ain't got time to I ain't giving them shit.
1981.
Same reason why, if y'all, for those of you who was watching Craig Fact yesterday, we was talking about Eminem. I don't give white people a motherfucking thing because they don't give a shit. I pointed out to y'all earlier, 2 black men on the $2 bill during the time that the Declaration of Independence is being signed. Do white people ever come around and say, man, we did have them black folks there, man, shit. man, we would have had that famine back in 1770 if Benjamin Banneker didn't create the Farmer's Almanac. Whew. Well, at least those black folks gave us the Farmer's Almanac. Whew. Do they ever say that shit? Do these liberals ever say, ooh, shit, man, the Confederates was beating our asses in the Civil War. Shit, it wasn't until 1862 when them niggas got in that we turned the tide and won. Ooh, shit, if one for them niggas, if it weren't for Robert Smalls recruiting 5,000 black people to the military, stealing that Confederate ship and getting it to the Union, we would have lost that motherfucker. They don't give us shit. But we be so fast to, if white folks do anything other than genocide a whole group of ass people, we want to give them a compliment. Well, at least those white folks only killed 10 people, shit. They could have killed the whole village, but they only killed 3 or 4, man. Shit, white folks doing it. Black folks, man, we need to do better. We gotta get out that mindset. We look for the slightest thing that they do that touches the foot of our mediocrity, and then want to give them wholesale credit for being as good as the worst mediocre nigga. We be so quick to be like, oh, Eminem the GOAT because he has dope rhyme patterns. Well, Ludacris got dope rhyme patterns. Like, if rhyme patterns, like, oh, he got the best one. Well, look, Kendrick Lamar got like 10 different rhyme pattern flows. Hell, I can't count how many patterns 3,000 got. So you telling me this white boy with one flow is greater than Andre 3000 and he got like 5 dozen flows? No, man, you only saying that shit because he white. If he was black, y'all treat that motherfucker the way y'all treat cannabis. I don't give them shit.
1981.
I don't give them nothing. If they want something, they have proven time and time and time again they'll take it. So why am I gonna give it to them? He said, I'm from Michigan. Niggas out here not fucking with Eminem. Yeah. Excuse my harshness to some of my listeners. I fucking love y'all niggas. I get down with y'all. It's just sometimes when I read some of these comments, I be wanting to, my frustration ain't at you directly. My frustration is I just want my people to just really, really get in line. Just really, really get, and I see it happening. I look at where black people were in 2012 versus where we are right now. We're a hell of a lot more woke. We're doing a hell of a lot better. We're loving ourselves more. We're treating ourselves better. We're learning more about ourselves. We care more about our family. We care more about that. And I love the direction we as a people are going. Sometimes I just get a little bit motherfucking, I want to make the shit go faster. I'm loving the direction we going in. Hey, Manny G said, Eminem is Royce's 5'9" slave master. Hey, y'all stop. Me and Larry was actually going to do a whole breakdown on the whole Snoop Eminem thing. What's up, Tasha, in the chat room? We actually was going to do a whole break. We still going to do it probably tomorrow, but this news right here trumped the whole Eminem Snoop thing. Trump, no pun intended. But yeah, this here with the white folks storming the Capitol, my whole Eminem Snoop talk had to be put to the side. Somebody said, why y'all slandering Eminem? You can only slander somebody who has a good reputation. It's not slander. I'm telling the truth about why Eminem talks about fucking his own mama. You can't slander somebody like that. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. See, the reason why I like Royce is better than Eminem. I try to fuck with Royce the 5'9". I try to fuck with him. But that nigga is Eminem's pet dog. Royce the 5'9" and 50 Cent. Them niggas is Eminem's personal bitches. Somebody said Eminem's rap is the truth. God damn it, if it's rap, it is the truth. Rap is the truth, dummy. Shock G's rap was the truth. Sugar Free's rap is the truth. DJ Quick's rap is the truth. Every fucking rapper's rap is the truth. E40, Too Short, T.I., name them, their rap is the truth. Niggas want to give, just because he's white and he's mediocre, he gets extra credit over niggas? No. He right, Rothstein. He said his truth is not the black truth. His rap is his truth. And I don't relate to his truth. I don't relate. I'll never cuss my mama out. I love my mama shit. You'll never hear me call my mama anything short of God herself. I love my mama. So no, I cannot relate to Eminem's raps. I love my wife. I'll never write that right. I can't relate to somebody talking about killing their ex and doing shit like that. Shit. All my exes, I still get along. Like if I ran across any one of my exes now, it'd be nothing but good vibrations because I've always treated women great. There's not one woman on this earth walking around saying DwannBrown did them wrong. Because of my relationship with my mom, my sister, my grandmother, every woman I've interacted with has had nothing but positive vibes and positive interactions with me. So no, I cannot relate to Eminem talking about wanting to kill his baby mama and rape. No, I can't relate to you, white boy. You're right, because Eminem was made. He was made. White supremacy has its thumbs on the scales when it comes to these record sales. Same thing with this streaming. They'll buy streams. Like, you can't trust those numbers. I'll tell you this though. Ain't nobody fucking playing on Eminem now. But I was just playing The Last Meal by Snoop Dogg last week. I feel I'm losing control. And I don't even know. Girl, you hurt me oh so bad. That's a B-side. I'm still fucking with it, Snoop. I was just playing a blue carpet treatment 2 weeks ago. Pull up with blow in the window to dash that. Man, shit. Nigga, I was playing The Far Side. I was playing a fuck ton of Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest. Black folks, niggas don't even have Eminem in their rotation. They may have one song that he did with Dre. And the only reason why that song's in your rotation is because Dre's beat knocks. Let's tell the truth. If there is an Eminem song in your rotation, it's because Dre's beat knocks. Dre late 90s, early 2000s, that motherfucker was through the 90s. He couldn't miss with his beats. Y'all wasn't listening to his flow. Y'all listening to Dre's beats. And the second thing you niggas listened for was Nate Dogg's hooks. Because Eminem's best songs had Nate Dogg on a hook. If you had a Dre beat and a Nate Dogg hook in the 90s, your song went to the top. Period. I don't give a fuck who you are. Weezy Jefferson could have rapped to a Dr. Dre beat and a Nate Dogg hook. And that shit would have been fire. She would have been rapping. And that shit would have knocked. Because it had a Dre beat and a Nate Dogg hook. Ooh, Florence and George and Florence and George. Man, that shit would have been fire with a Dre beat from 98 and a Nate Dogg hook. Let's tell the truth. So because of White Boy Flow, and I'm not taking away his skill, he is skilled. He's very skilled. But the mediocre rapper that's black that you're clowning because he only had one album back in 92 was just as skilled. But because he's black, you want to say, oh, that nigga wasn't shit. If he was anything, he would have got a new record deal. Well, the nigga would have gotten another record deal if he had that same exact skill and he was white. T-Balls, I feel you on that. Sugar free. Sugar free. I mean, I love sugar free. That nigga Sugar Free said, why did the girl put a goldfish in her pocket? So she can smell like the big girls. That nigga Sugar Free said, I told you to jump up in the air and stay there, and when you come down, you shut the fuck up. Eminem rhyme patterns ain't got shit on Sugar Free rhyme patterns, nigga. Nigga, come on. But because he's white, he gets elevated to top 10 status. No. And I hold no apologies. Look, let me say something real quick to those of you listening. Because lately, I gotta stop giving out the Hotepish email address because y'all email me with some dumb shit. I thought I was gonna be getting some good emails, some good questions. I'm getting emails like, what? I can't hear the music. I don't like the music. Can you turn the music down? No, motherfucker, the music stays because I'm a nigga and I like speaking to rhythm. If you don't like rhythm, go somewhere else. But I'm a nigga that I'm a music. I like rhythm. I like talking my shit to a beat because I feel it. So no, I be getting dumb questions like that in my inbox. I think I'm gonna stop putting the email address out there because of that. But for the people out there listening, you know what I mean? I goddamn forgot my point I was about to say about the music. Because that person that did email me that shit did piss me off so much. I goddamn forgot my train of thought. Where about chat room? Where the fuck was I? But anyway, these people, like, what's going on with Trump? Oh, y'all saying keep the music? Y'all say yeah. Okay, yeah. See, I thought y'all liked the music. I thought y'all did. But when it comes to us, when it comes to this whole thing and this whole Eminem thing, we've gotten so used to if a white person is mediocre, if they can just stay on the basketball court with us, we're going to put them to the top. Same thing with Luka Doncic in NBA. I said this shit on 5150. Luka is a taller, slower, dumbed down version of James Harden. But James Harden gets criticized for dribbling too much. Luka does the same thing. They're saying he's going to be the next fucking MVP. And you got niggas co-signing that. The white supremacists is always going to do what they do. They're always going to do what they're going to do. It's up to us to counteract that. And I hold no apologies. For the people who say, oh, Dwan, you're only saying that because Eminem is white. I have deeper reasons, but if that's what you think, then cool. I don't care what the fuck you think. I don't have to explain it to you. I hold my culture in high regard. I hold black people in high regard. I hold our creations in high regard. The mistake a lot of us have made over the years has been sharing with a group of people who don't want to share. They don't share. They take over. That's their story. That's the story of Europe. That's the story of ancient Albion. That's what they called Europe. That's their story. That's how they treat one another. So if that's your history for thousands and thousands of years, before you even met your first black person, and then when you finally met your first black person, 400 years ago. I'm not going to get into the black people who lived in England during medieval times. That's another story. Yes, for those who know history, yes, black people were in Albion the whole time. The ancient Celts were black. But that's another subject. I'm not gonna, that's 2 hours alone by itself. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm just going to speak from the context that people are familiar with. Most people are comfortable with the lie that white folks first met black people in 1619. Let's just go with that to stop argument's sake. Since we've been in contact with them from 1619 through now, they've always come down as someone who wanted to share. When they met with the ancient Indians, Native Americans, they said, okay, look, we'll sit on this side of the river, you stay on that side of the river, and we'll share. A couple of years later, these motherfuckers poison the water these motherfuckers is drinking, kill them off, and now this is all my river. That's how they act. Oh, Ben Franklin, like I said, all my lessons that I've taught come full circle. We started this broadcast talking about Ben Franklin and how he was down at the Iroquois Confederacy meeting and he learned how they wrote their constitution and learned their system of government with a Congress and a Senate. He didn't say the United States can work and live alongside the Iroquois. It's not that many Europeans over here. You take that side, we take that side. No. They said, let's steal they shit, take the best of what they offered them, kill them off, and whoever we can't kill off, we're going to capture and sell them off into slavery down south. And we're going to take over. I'm sure those brothers at the blues clubs in Memphis, when they saw young Elvis coming down to the black blues clubs in Memphis, Tennessee, they were just saying, oh, look at this white boy over here. Oh, he can dance, huh? Oh, look at that white boy playing the guitar. Oh shit, that white boy trying to sound like Ike Turner. Listen to him. Oh, that white boy trying to sound like Chubby Checker. Oh, he's just a little white boy. He innocent. He all right. Next thing you know, black children who weren't around during that time, born 40, 30, 20 years later, are born into a world to where they have to watch TV commercials all day saying that Elvis was the king of rock and roll, that he invented rock and roll. They couldn't tell this lie about Elvis being the king of rock and roll in 1950 because everybody knew better. But they could let a little bit of time go by and drop that lie in the 70s and the 80s to people who weren't around in the 40s and 50s to know who the real rockers of rock and roll are. That happened after black people allowed him into the house and taught him the secrets. Remember, Elvis is the one that put Ike Turner onto cocaine. Ike Turner said he wasn't doing drugs until he met Elvis. Run tell that. Run tell that. So when it comes to, see, the people who were smartest in music was funk. The funk was the smartest. Because disco fucked up. Disco's also black music. But disco, around 1976, because disco started honestly, the first song credited for disco out of LA. Look, see us LA niggas, we ain't like you insecure ass New York niggas and these other people across the country that want to always put a stamp on some shit. There's a lot of dope ass shit that got come out of LA. We just don't go around bragging about it because we just know that we dope by default. We don't have to brag about it. But disco started with Barry White. A lot of people don't know this. Barry White is out of LA. South Park, one of the original Slauson gangsters. Barry White used to steal hubcaps over off Avalon and 62nd. Barry White. He had a song called Love's Theme with the Love Unlimited Orchestra. Oh man, I love that shit. Y'all about to get me started. I love Barry White. I can't play it right now because I don't want a copyright infringement. But Barry White got disco started right here in LA. Love's Theme. Disco expanded. And then by the time 1976 came around, disco started to be for all people. We're going to integrate, the gay people, the white clubs, Studio 54, disco. Then by 1977, the fucking Bee Gees became the face of disco. White boys. And I ain't shitting on them. I like the Bee Gees, matter of fact. I think the Bee Gees are dope. Nobody gets too much. I love the Bee Gees. I'm not shitting on them. But let's just tell the truth. Them motherfuckers ain't no face of disco. They wasn't out disco in Rolls Royce. They wasn't out disco in Chic. They weren't out disco in Donna Summer. But because they was white boys, and because we let them in, they became the face of it. And then my wife was watching it. Bee Gees got a documentary that's out on HBO. I didn't watch the shit. I watched like 5 minutes of that shit. And in the 5 minutes that I watched, I hear some white dude talking about something. Yeah, disco was the sound of black and gay America. No. That's black music. Now, gay people liked it and started listening to it. But it's black music. Funk didn't do that. The funk didn't do that. The funk was black music. The funk said, I ain't gonna speed up shit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna slow this song down a little bit more. And keep your head up black with the funk. George Clinton said it. The reason why they kept saying funk every other word, because George Clinton said that they recognized that every other form of music white people took, and they would claim it as theirs. They would speed it up, change the whole sound, and fuck up the sound and claim it as theirs. So George Clinton said the reason why Parliament Funkadelic kept saying funk every other word, funk around till we funk it up. Y'all know this song. Bootsy baby, funkin' at you on this dusty road, baby baba. The reason why they kept saying the word funk, because they wanted funk and the word funk to be synonymous with black. Black funk, funk black. And the music stayed black. It stayed slow. It stayed in pocket. And it's an undeniably black sound that if any other group, that's why funk hasn't been amalgamated, and that's also why funk, and I talked about this a little bit on my last broadcast, that's also why funk is now no longer talked about in the history of music. Because they couldn't take it. Why couldn't they take it? Because we kept ownership of it. And the funk is the foundation of hip hop. All those West Coast sounds is Ohio funk, Zap, Bootsy, Parliament from Plainfield, New Jersey, LA funk, Lakeside, Cameo, One Way. That's the foundation of hip hop. Now you got black people, because we are a new generation of black folks. And one thing I give baby boomers the credit for, the baby boomers held funk in our pocket. The baby boomers did a lot of fucking up, but that's one of the things that they did right. Now I see my generation trying to just give something to a white boy because he's just as mediocre, just as good as an average black rapper, and put him to the top because he's white. Fuck out of here. Tina Marie was one of the dopest funk singers ever. I love Tina Marie, genuinely. I love Tina Marie. Portuguese Love and all that shit. All that shit. Rick James turned Tina Marie into a funk legend. She one of the few white girls that can funk. Average White Band, funky. Tower of Power, funky. Rod Temperton, White Rider of Heatwave. Heatwave was funky, and Rod Temperton was a funky ass white writer. For all the Michael Jackson hits, Can't Help It If I Wanted To, Always and Forever by Heatwave. What funky motherfucker? No, Can't Help It was Stevie Wonder. My bad. Rock With You was Rod Temperton. I Can't Help It If I Wanted To. That was Stevie Wonder, and he did that song like in a Latin form till Greg Fillinganes came in and gave it the sound that you hear today. That was all Stevie Wonder and Greg Fillinganes. And Michael Jackson took it and did what Michael Jackson did with it. But funk was our shit. And the funk didn't say, oh, just because this white girl, Tina Marie, can sing good, she's a queen. No. Shaka Khan is still a queen of funk. Period, point blank. Better not ask any motherfucking questions. As dope as Tina Marie was, yes, she dope. But she ain't Shaka. Yes, Eminem is dope. But he ain't Ice Cube. He ain't 3 Stacks. He ain't Sugar Free. Hell, he ain't Ludacris. He ain't DMX. He ain't Rakim. He ain't Big Daddy Kane. The motherfucker ain't even Shock G. Let's tell the whole truth. He's the dopest all-time white rapper, which puts him somewhere on the bottom half of black mediocre. He ain't Twista. He ain't KRS-One DVD, you right. He ain't none of that. He ain't Scarface. So we can give them credit. I have no problem giving white people credit. I always say Rod Temperton was one of the greatest writers ever. White, black, blue, Asian, and different. Rod Temperton is one of the coldest motherfuckers ever. Tina Marie is one of the coldest singers of all time. The way she funked out, I want your loving, nigga. The way she did, that song she did with Ozone, Jiggalette, man, shit. There's no denying Tina Marie's greatness. There's no denying the Average White Band. The sooner you give, the sooner you get to have a love of your own. Excuse my singing, but I love that motherfucking song. As long as it takes, the better you get to know a love of your own. I love the Average White Band. But they're not fucking with Lakeside. They ain't fucking with the Ohio Players. I love Tower of Power. You're still a young man, baby. Ooh. White and Latin. Now they always had a black lead singer. Lenny Williams, the most famous. Tower of Power always made sure they have a white lead singer and a black lead singer and a black dude on organ. Chester Washington was their original organist. But I saw Tower of Power early this year live. They always gonna have a black lead and a black guy on organ. But the rest of the band is white and Latino. And they are funky as hell. Bay Area. But they ain't sliding at Family Stone. So, let's just tell the truth. It's okay to give credit to white folks when they dope at what they do. I believe in giving credit to anybody. But I ain't giving them the keys to my fucking house. You can come to my house and I'm going to treat you like a king when you in my house. I'm going to give you Kool-Aid. You can eat something, what's in my refrigerator. Now you can't go to the refrigerator yourself. I'll go and get it for you because you're a guest. You can chill on the couch. I'll even give you a glass instead of a plastic cup. But this is still my house. And that's where black folks got to be when it comes to hip hop. Because if we don't, black children are going to grow up thinking that hip hop was a house built for everybody. When no the fuck it wasn't. That was a house built for us, by us. And we need to keep it that way. Charge admission to the motherfuckers that want to come up in it. They ain't got no issues charging us when it come on their culture, if they let us share it all on their culture. But yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. The end lesson to today's program is this. White folks are going back to what they've always done to one another. Long before they met us, they were fighting one another. Long before they started fucking with us, enslaving us, they enslaved each other. What we have going on right now is a white on white fight. It has nothing to do with black people. And I want black people to stay home. Stay home. Learn your culture. Defend your culture. Stand up for your culture and yourself. In a couple weeks, I'm going to do a series on Dr. King. Who the real Dr. King was. Not this fake, phony motherfucker that they keep trying to force feed us. Dr. King woke up, people. And go to hotepish.com/apparel for my new shirt to mark Dr. King's waking up. I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. Dr. King wasn't stupid, y'all.
1981.
Dr. King knew the mistakes that he made. This is what Dr. King said he fears he's integrating his people into. Right here. Right here. This is the burning house Dr. King spoke of. The house is burning. That means you need to be somewhere building your own goddamn house. Or if your house is already built. Matter of fact, our house, while their house is burning, we need to be fortifying our shit. We ain't got time for they to be up in their shit. McKinley said it's too late. No, it's not too late. If you're still breathing, it's not too late. What are y'all talking about in the chat room? Still, Carlito said Roy Ayers got tracks, man. Hell yeah. Run listen to Roy Ayers, man. If you want to sit back, especially if it's like in the wintertime right now, it would have been cold and rainy and shit. Man, let that shit rain and turn on some Roy Ayers. Matter of fact, I got a mix where I got a Roy Ayers and a Blackbirds mix, where it's just Roy Ayers and the Blackbirds, Donald Byrd. Play that shit when it's raining. And don't chill back and have a great time listening while the water hitting the ground. Love Roy Ayers. And Moonchild, oh yeah. Moonchild by Rick James was the shit. She's my moonchild. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Oh, that's what's up. Thank you, Nico. For buying, Nico just bought 2 shirts in this motherfucker. Thank you. We now are up to, damn, I'm already up to 5 I got 5 of these Dr. King shirts sold already. I just put this shit up 2 hours ago, right when I went live. I love y'all, man. I thank y'all for that. I done already sold 2 women's and 3 men's t-shirts and a Dr. King. I got them in all colors. Get yours. We will be on Craig Facts tomorrow, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. We will be on Craig Facts talking that shit. Oh, yeah, Dreaming About You by the Blackbirds. That's my shit. I've been dreaming about you, dancing on my ceiling above. Look, check out the Blackbirds, goddammit. But if you can't legally carry some pepper spray. All right, carry what you can legally. So yeah, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. Again, I thank y'all for joining the chat room. I appreciate y'all. Craig Facts will be on tomorrow, and I think I might be back on tomorrow too. I might, if y'all want me to. I want to break down the whole Eminem Snoop thing, on his own show. So I think if I tune in, I'm waiting for Larry to get back on, I'm gonna break that down. So if I tune in tomorrow, if y'all want that, just hit me up in the comments after the show. If you want me to do a full breakdown of the whole Eminem Snoop back and forth, I was planning on doing it, but I kind of touched on today half of what I want to talk about. If y'all want to know more, hit me in the comments section when this video is over with, and tell me in the comments section of the same video when I end it, if you want me to do the full breakdown of this whole Eminem versus Snoop bullshit going on. I'll do it. I don't mind at all. So yeah, tell me in the comments when this is over with, if you want me to do that broadcast. And remember this: there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those who are willing to hear. Are y'all saying break it down? See y'all in the chat room. Y'all saying break it down? Okay, I'm gonna do that then. But yeah, still hit me in the comments. Yeah, man, me and Larry's sorry ass gonna break that whole thing down. But I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.